Hey everyone, for today's episode, I was able to bring back onto the pod Konstantinos Kolokotronis. Konstantinos is an independent journalist and researcher who focuses on geopolitics and contemporary power politics in the Aegean and Eastern Mediterranean. Please follow him on Substack at Polity21. Today, we didn't exactly cover geopolitics or power politics. Instead, we covered Greece and Greek-related things that were mentioned in the Epstein Files. Yes, those Epstein Files that you've been hearing so much about lately. We dove into them just for a bit. Also, today's episode was a bit different in that for a first, we decided to go on camera. So you could say maybe this is a bit more so oriented towards being viewed on YouTube. Just because there you'll be able to see us going through a collection of files that we gathered, which were a little over 50 or so files, all in all. Nonetheless, you can definitely still listen. You can still listen to us. We go through them and we have a conversation with them. So it's not a must that you watch it on YouTube by any means. I would never do that to you guys. But with YouTube, you might get a tiny bit more out of it all. A huge shout out to my Patreons, Expat Frank, Megas Yorgos, Darth Mater, and Rung Tao Wu. Your support is appreciated, guys, and it keeps this project going. And you, patrons, along with you, the listeners, give me the motivation and the courage to cover spicy topics like the one we're covering today. For the listeners, this episode analyzes publicly released documents, correspondence, and contact records associated with Jeffrey Epstein. The purpose of this program is historical commentary and document review. The mention of any individual's names in these materials or in this discussion does not imply wrongdoing, criminal conduct, knowledge of criminal conduct, or association with Jeffrey Epstein's illegal activities. Many individuals appeared in address books, emails, travel records, or contact listings without context, and inclusion alone is not evidence of a personal relationship, participation in, or awareness of criminal acts. At points in the episode, the hosts use conversational language, speculation, and occasional humor while discussing sensitive material. These remarks are not factual allegations about any specific person. Unless a crime has been established by a court of law and publicly documented, no individual discussed in this episode is being accused by the hosts of committing a crime. All interpretations offered are opinions based on available documents and are presented for informational and educational purposes only. Listeners should not interpret any commentary, tone, or humor as a statement that a particular person engaged in criminal behavior. And now, on to the show. Hey everyone, welcome to the today's episode. We have Konstantinos from Polity21 here today. This is the evening of February 11th. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Today's episode is going to be a bit different in light of the recent, I don't know if you want to call them discoveries. I don't know, Konstantinos, if that's the correct word, if discoveries is the right word.
Yeah,
but
the Epstein file, revelations, I guess.
Revelations, there we go. That's right. So in lieu of the recent revelations, we thought it'd be fitting to take a look at where Greece and how Greece is mentioned in the Epstein Files and all things Greek related. And of course, I brought Konstantinos here for that reason. He's an independent researcher. He's quite good at this kind of stuff, much better than me. So we went ahead, we stayed up all night, we pulled up a lot of files that we thought have some relevance and give you our 2 cents. You have anything you want to add, Konstantinos?
No, not much, to be honest. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to review, I guess. I mean, Greece is mentioned 1,500 times.
Yeah, a little over that.
More than 1,500 times.
Right. Let me just ask you this: what was your initial impression when looking at these files? Because I think it's not. And the viewers are going to see here in a bit what they actually look like, and I'm sure some people already have. But, some of it's not what everyone thinks in terms of that the stuff is meaningful. A lot of this stuff is just weird threads of random topics. I've seen them saying stuff like talking about other people, like, "Oh, I saw so and so, and they look like they look like garbage," and just gossip between people and stuff like that. There's a lot. I was surprised though, if you go on the website actually, which is this,
Yeah.
you can literally just type in. So this is Tom Barrack. He's the current U.S. ambassador to Turkey, and he has over 9 pages of. More than 9 pages, excuse me, many pages, as you can see, where he's cited. It's actually pretty easy to search anyone you want, so I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I guess my first reaction was, I mean, I didn't expect that there was going to be a Greek story in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't have thought that we would be making this episode to talk about Greece's mentions, references in the Epstein Files. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it was to be expected. I mean, with hindsight, yeah, I mean, obviously there was going to be some mentions. I mean, given how many the files actually are, and,
True.
over the span of many years.
True.
Knowing in hindsight that his activity was, near global almost. I mean, Epstein's, he had a very wide network of people all around the world. So, obviously some of them were going to be, either Greek, or there were going to be some Greek connections, right?
That's the biggest thing I took away from it as well. That's the biggest thing I took away from it as well, is he had a very large network there. And I know you've heard this all over news, but there are random people reaching out to this guy from across the world, sheiks, ministers in foreign countries, like just random people wanting to know his opinion on things, which is like very strange considering the fact he was, a rapist and a pedophile and trafficking women and people and all this terrible, ghoulishly evil stuff. Ghoulishly evil. And it's strange. It was weird how many people valued his opinion and his analysis on things. I mean, you probably would have made a lot of money if you kind of did some of the stuff, to be fair, but I mean, Kyrie eleison, Jesus Christ, I mean, terrible.
Yeah, it seems, he was running a network for multiple different functions, you know what I mean? I mean, so it wasn't just, the main thing, obviously, the most egregious thing is, the pedophilia, the charges. I mean, he was a convicted pedophile after all since 2010, right? Am I correct?
Right. Sometime around there is when he had gotten his first charge for trafficking minors.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it even more shocking that, after 2010, I mean, all those people associated with him directly in correspondence
continued.
They should have known better, right? I mean, that's what
one would think, but
would think exactly, yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's really funny because like this guy, the one thing I did take away just from reading into the files is this guy really was into like investing and stuff, like anything and everything. Like I even found from my home state of Michigan, him looking into investing in like single home houses in like the Metro Detroit area where he had like whole readouts of the ROIs on them. And, you can make 14%, year over year on this if you invest in this. And it's like, dude, you're this, hedge fund guy with all these rich people. You're looking into buying houses in Metro Detroit. I found that kind of funny, but just anywhere and anything, any way to make money. So I don't know. Very strange. Very, very strange.
He's being treated as some kind of financial whiz, some kind of financial expert.
Yeah. It's like if Michael Burry, the way Michael Burry's treated now after the successful Big Short, which apparently he's been wrong on most other things except that, but whatever. But it's like if Michael Burry was also a pedophile, right?
That's one way to put it, yeah.
So you guys are going to see when we get into this. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. You want me to start opening up the files, Konstantinos?
Yeah, we can start with the first one.
Okay.
Take it
so
from there.
The first one, Aegestem. It's like a stem cell company. Between Jeffrey Epstein
from November, right? Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
Pretty, so as you guys can see, the connection to Greece, investing in Greece, it goes pretty far back. Hey, going to Greece and we can finalize deal this week to own stem cells from Aegestem. Okay, let's talk later. And this is some dermatologist from New York, right? As you guys can see, there. Dear Stephen, thanks for the info. Turns out I will be in Greece for the time period we discussed. Oh, have you decided? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and that's like some guy from, and again, it's hard to tell because redacted, but
Yeah.
so anyways, stem cell therapy company. I mean, you could probably click on their thing here if we want. I cannot read this language, so we'll leave that alone. That's file number one.
Apparently they had some regional headquarters in Greece.
Oh, really?
I mean, no. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Investing. Again, any way to get in on the ground early and that kind of thing, become a shareholder of something that'll turn out a yield. Next, people are going to lose their head. Mostly the anti-Semitic type of people are going to lose their head at this. Arian de Rothschild. Dun, dun, dun. There's a Rothschild in here, people. What's your view about Greece?
So we should say this is a Swiss banker, right? Is that correct? Yes, he has a
To my understanding, yeah, she's part of the Rothschild family. And
namesake bank in Switzerland.
Yeah, I believe so. The date's interesting.
Yes, is asking that question around June 2015, right? Which is when
this is
crisis peaked in terms of, do we stay in the euro, do we not, with a referendum happening? Yeah.
Exactly. This is the first couple of days when news came that Tsipras had a phone call with Holland and Merkel, and he's pretty much like, hey, I'm going to have a referendum. Actually, it's all in the book, The Last Bluff.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's on page... That's around 205, page 205 or so. You can see it. But it talks all about that and whatnot and the drama with that. So the timing of that is very interesting. And actually, that's a really good segue to what a lot of the other rest of the files are, which are just people trying to capitalize on the terrible catastrophe. Yeah. Exactly.
Disaster capitalism, yeah, isn't that the name?
Yeah, disaster capitalism. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on. Chomsky. Noam Chomsky, very famous linguist. I don't know if I call him a philosopher, whatever.
Social scientist for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely was to be respected, I would say. I don't know about now.
Yeah, because for many people that was the ultimate letdown from the files. Yeah, the fact that, he was associated with Epstein and, openly so. Until 2016, roughly, I believe. Big time.
Yeah. This, I just highlighted some stuff. Again, like a lot of these emails you guys will see, they're like responses, they're forwards, they're essentially email threads, right? And so on and so on. So from Jeffrey Epstein to Noam Chomsky, July 31st, 2015. So again, this is at the height of the Euro crisis, right?
Yeah, so this is after the referendum. The referendum was early July, I believe. July 5.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Correct.
But
so,
I have this email from Chomsky here printed out. It was 29th of June. Yeah, so this is...
that was the earliest contact.
Or the Greek bailout expired, right? So the Greek
I believe so.
They missed out a big payment on June 30th.
When they officially defaulted on the IMF.
Yeah, for the first time. The first time
for the first time.
On
technical default.
So the email here is from 1 day before that, to June 29.
Yeah. So this one too is from as well July 31st. There's a couple of them. Mm-hmm. This one's specifically from July 31st. I hope he understands more about UG and mods than he does about banking. UG underage girls. I don't know. I'm not sure. And that's another thing for the viewers. You guys will see, like, a lot of this stuff just doesn't make sense. I don't know if they were talking their own kind of code or whatnot, or they were just genuinely just not good at typing. That's also a thing. A lot of these people, Noam is old. I think he's in his 90s right now.
Yeah, he's
80s at least. Yeah, so, but there is some funny things that were cited here where he says it's about the German and French banks not taking a write-off. Yes, that is true, but why do they care? They care because the system is based on strange accounting, as all banking systems are. It's like Alice putting her head on her head to measure if she is growing. If the bank has to admit that it lent money to someone that now can't pay it back, that is only required if the terms of the loan are only met. Anyways, you guys can read. Pretty much what they're saying is, the French and Germans lent money to someone they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
The percentage you make that's what your payment for taking risk on any loan. That's why a car loan with a subprime is a higher interest rate, right? Mm-hmm. But, and so on and so on. You guys get the idea. He goes on to cite Foreign Affairs. So Noam Chomsky and Jeffrey Epstein were reading Foreign Affairs. I can appreciate that. Foreign Affairs, great outfit. I listen to their podcast. What was that?
Yeah, well, it's a golden standard, I guess, for many.
Absolutely. It 100% is the golden standard. Way better than The Economist, I'd say, but that's just me. I don't listen much to The Economist.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, 100%. And then they talk about the European Financial Stability Fund, blah, blah, blah. This part, and again, this is stuff that people will read this. I call them silly people. They'll read this stuff and they'll be like, oh my God, he was right, Jeffrey Epstein. You see, there was an inside job. It's like, no, dude, I literally wrote my senior undergraduate thesis on this exact thing. It's not a big deal. Everyone knew this, that the bailout was literally just meant to bail out German and French banks. That was it. And it talks about it here. Only 65% of the loans to Greece went straight through Greece to core banks for interest payments, maturing debt, and for domestic bank recapitalization demanded by the lenders. By another accounting, 90% of the loans to Greece bypassed Greece entirely. It's true. Mm-hmm. It's probably wise to start here and not with corrupt Greeks or Swabian housewives. As former Bundesbank Karl Otto Pohl admitted, the whole shebang, quote, was about protecting German banks, but especially the French banks, from debt write-offs. Because, God forbid if Greece has debt written off, then the Italians and the Latins, as they call collectively Southern Europe, will all want it,
Yeah, and I think this exact same line of argument is mentioned in the previous email in June 2015, where he says...
You want to move on to there? I'm pretty sure it's...
Yeah, I probably have it.
Maybe
yeah,
this
but
is it.
I have it here printed out so I can. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, and again, you guys will see. Just like again, this is pretty much the same email.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, practically the same. So there's that. Let's move on to David Stern. I'm not exactly sure what they're referring to. NBG, National Bank of Greece.
Yeah, that's a Greek bank. I think I'm not 100% sure. I mean, we need to fact check this real quick. But it was a subsidiary of the National Bank of Greece. This
Makes
NBG Pangea entity.
Yeah. So this is March of 2017, March 22nd. This one is interesting, especially the German elections in September and next steps on Greece thereafter. Approximately euro 300 million required. NDA signed, so please keep confidential.
Well, yeah, he sure did, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. To his grave. As far as we know, who knows? I wouldn't put, with all these conspiracy theories, now some of them proven right with crazy stuff like this, I wouldn't put it past it if Epstein is alive after all. Who knows? Who knows? So, moving on to the next.
Weeds, right? You have financial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Sorry to cut you off. But yeah, we are getting into the weeds of the financial. We're really getting into the weeds now. So June 18th, 2015, like you had said earlier, this is right before the referendum, right before the technical default. This is interesting. This is what I was saying earlier, that if you were to actually follow through on some of these trades, you'd probably make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. This is a call option. Are you familiar with call options and stuff, Konstantinos? I'm not much more familiar than you.
No, I'm not.
So if you're bullish on something, you buy a call. If you're bearish on something, you buy a put. Actually, that's kind of like the extent of what I know. So pretty much they're saying you can buy this option contract. It's a call. Mm-hmm. Clients can use the following transaction to position for a resolution rallying European equity and bond markets.
So effectively, he's giving out a formula for them to buy it, right? So it's,
exactly. These would be the conditions of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
It expires. So you'd want a contract that expires September 18th, 2015. I don't know if it was like in the money or out of the money, as they call it. Oh, here we go. An investor can buy 2% out of the money DAX all call options. So like, again, I'm not a big options guy, but pretty much if you have inside knowledge like this, of course, the contract you're buying can maybe be possibly much cheaper than if everyone was doing the same thing, which as a result makes your margins that much fatter.
So this is apparently sent by like a Deutsche Bank, investor to like the top clientele they have, right? Which apparently,
to my understanding, it's Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank was, here we go. Deutsche Bank was sending it to Epstein saying, hey, we have a financial product for you. I'm sure this guy who was soliciting this to Epstein was going to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
This is like the Big Short type stuff, honestly, is what it reminds me of. It's like confidential. Yeah, right. Not anymore, buddies.
So Richard Kahn, I think, the person mentioned there, wasn't that his lawyer? I think Epstein's lawyer, one of his lawyers.
I'm not sure, guys. I'm sorry. There's so many people here. Let's see. We'll move on to Greek bank warrants. Here's Richard Kahn that you were mentioning, that you had brought up. So from Richard Kahn to Tasia Smith, DB Americas, which is another bank to my understanding. Bank warrants are kind of like, I believe, like rights. They're similar to options, but not exactly. You buy them, and then you can have rights to the bank after it stabilizes or something like that, a share of. It's another way to make money. It's essentially another financial instrument that you can use to make money. But they're saying, hey, Greece requires these passenger accounts. We'll set it up for you. Pretty much, we're going to get ready to facilitate this trade so that you are positioned to execute on it.
Greek account for Epstein.
What was that?
No, by setting up a Greek trader account for Epstein, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I like Alpha Bank, listed call warrants, ticker Alpha W, GA to play the Greek story from here. They're literally saying we're playing the Greek story.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, catastrophe capitalism or whatever. Here's more into that trade. I mean, if any of the listeners are big on like options trading or stuff, you're going to have a field day with this. I'm sure just neither of us are.
We need to bring them in then, basically.
I know, really. If you're listening to this, you want to come in and give us your analysis, please let us know. To the diversified and well-capitalized clients, we can lend with recourse against this bond, assuming 40% haircut. Euribor, 270 bips. In addition, there's a 15 bip arrangement fee on the loan amount, dirty price. I think they talk about the NPLs here. Is that what they were referring to? Or is that another email? NPL stands for, obviously non-performing loans.
Yeah.
It's interesting. In July 2013, the IMF estimated Greece had a 2014 financing deficit of 4 billion euro. Various subsequent unofficial estimates have put this number around 2 billion euro. Again. Go ahead.
No, just the Greek government estimates gave a different number again as well.
Yeah, it was like $500 million.
Underestimating the.
The deficit is actually 25% of what you guys had estimated. Oh, that's great. That's good stuff. Some more Chomsky. Let's see what Chomsky has to say.
Oh, that's the one I had. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is the one you were talking about, June 29th.
Yeah. So I think Barak there, who's mentioned, is not Tom Barak, is Ehud Barak. Yeah, the former Prime Minister of Israel, correct?
Of Israel, correct.
Well, he says these are where Zionism was an answer to
sitting and waiting in the shtetl for something to happen, taking no risk. He said there was the current mentality not to take risks, and a wake-up call a la soccer or calamity would be needed. I smile when I read your financial analysis of the Greek issue, and guess you do the same when you read my language synopsis. Weird. These guys, it's a weird bromance with these guys. Jeez.
So they reiterate the fact that a lot of the money goes to the French German banks.
This is currently only a Mediterranean game of chicken. as
Although,
opposed to a German game of chicken, of course. Not nice for the people in the country, but Greece really has no tax collection systems, and a large part of the economy is black. That's very true.
that's
Greece has
100%.
like the
Yeah, tax
yeah
evasion
yeah
back then. I mean, still even nowadays, but back then it
yeah
was a far bigger problem.
yeah. I mean, I think it's something crazy, like 25 to 35% of the Greek economy is shadow.
Yeah, I mean, there were specific sectors, I guess, which back then they were more, open to take the tax
Right.
evasion route compared to others. I mean, we will not name anyone now, but but yeah, I mean, I think there are certain professions which are more vulnerable to this kind, to accepting this kind of approach.
Yeah,
And
and it
others,
makes sense when a fifth to a quarter of your GDP is based off the tourism. Excuse me,
yeah,
guys,
yeah,
one
of
moment,
course, yeah.
please.
But I mean, it was also, I guess, a matter of the state as well, insofar as they didn't have always the capacity to police, monitor the situation, and collect taxes more efficiently than they supposedly, do nowadays. Yeah,
Sorry about that.
yeah, no worries.
Let's see. So yeah, as we were saying, again, just really obvious stuff. I wouldn't call this stuff anything like and analysis on the economic situation in Greece. I wouldn't call any of it like groundbreaking or something new. Like this was all known during the austerity crisis.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of this stuff was pretty much what Varoufakis and Syriza and those guys were
yeah, yeah,
kind of
precisely. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Chomsky, yeah,
right.
would agree with Varoufakis, I guess, take.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
this.
yeah. However
Yeah,
you may feel about Varoufakis, it would not. I
yeah.
have my personal opinion on him. I know Konstantinos does as well. But the weirdness of this is, and this is where the charges of Epstein being Mossad, pop up a lot, is his connections to people like Ehud Barak and other
Yeah, correct.
figures in Israel and whatnot. Here's a nice little chart,
That's a nice one. Yeah, I'm not sure where they
right?
found it actually. It does look like something from The Economist, but I'm not
I
100% sure.
know it's something official that someone like
Yeah,
Morgan Stanley would provide to like
yeah.
a prospective investor, right? It's funny because they actually did default. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure they defaulted on that. That's the payment they defaulted on, the
Yeah, yeah,
IMF
yeah.
payment. So they called it. If the interest rate is high, you would call it predatory lending. If it was low, you would call it a bailout. All silly. The Chomsky question. Who agrees with a great deal of your views, disagrees with some observations of yours, has great respect for you. Yeek.
But it's interesting, yeah. So Chomsky and the Hood were not talking to each other directly, but apparently they're talking to each other through Epstein, right?
Yeah, I
Well,
know. Kind of a weird mix of people, huh?
yeah. So Epstein was forwarding, I guess, Chomsky's, questions, replies to Barack, and then this back and forth where Epstein was the mediator, and yeah.
Right. Very strange.
I
The
guess
strange
that's
bedfellows.
the whole point. That's what he was doing, right? He was being the center of this, people network where he could connect anyone to everyone, so
That's a
forth.
good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a very good way to put it, honestly. Yeah. The Nexus.
Hmm.
Mandelson. Can you speak on who Mandelson is? Are you familiar with Mandelson?
So yeah, Mandelson. I mean, he's gone through different posts throughout the time that he was familiar, that he knew Epstein. So back when his name first pops up in the Epstein Files, so I think it dates back 2002, 2003.
Yeah, this
So
one's
back when he was,
email 2011.
yeah, so back in 2002, 2003, he was a member of parliament. So apparently, if there was a memo as well, it's in the files. I mean, we don't have it here, but just for
Hmm.
reference, where he encourages the British Prime Minister at the time, Tony Blair, to meet with Epstein. We don't know if it happened. I mean, there's no
Right.
fallback to that. So in 2003, he also contributes to the now notorious birthday book, Epstein's 50th birthday book. I think it's featured a lot in the news as well, which has some, huge images. Trump's also signature is featured in that.
Eesh.
So yeah, but during that time, he was, during the time of the email, I mean, he served as a business secretary, right?
Wow. Okay.
Of the British government. So he had the privileged insider information about, the state of the Greek financial crisis, the negotiations. And that's where it all becomes very sensitive. Did he give Epstein a warning about what was going to happen in terms of, how big the bailout deal was going to be? So Epstein could accordingly, place a bet or position his financial assets strategically to make profit, right? So that's
Gotcha.
insider trading, isn't it?
Right. A lot of this stuff seemed to be kind of within that flavor of trading. I just want to point out, you got to love this email address, by the way, JEE Vacation. Jesus, like I said, ghoulishly evil. Moving on, we have Nikolic, Greek island. This is email from 2011, August 17th. Connect regarding the island. G and Steve, you should connect regarding the island in Greece and talk. JEE is in Europe, so perhaps you could even go and check it out. As there might be some time pressure as the island is going officially on market soon, it would be great to talk soon. I believe they're talking about
Scorpios, correct?
Yes, which we're going to get to in a little bit. JE, too bad that you could not meet us in Capri. Steve had a few cool friends. We had a lot of fun. I'm not talking about bromance. Oh, God. Yeah. Perhaps you could have next year gathering in Greece. Dude, thank God he did not, from what we know anyways.
We dodged the bullet there, yeah.
Yeah, we really dodged a bullet there. But we'll see. There's still stuff coming out, right? But, geez. So there's that.
Nikolic, I believe, still is a doctor, right? Croatian doctor. I think
just Croatian, to my understanding, yeah, but that's all I've
so it's principally associated with Bill Gates. I think he's an advisor to Bill Gates, right? So that's where the three of them connect. Epstein, Nikolic, Bill Gates.
Great people. Jeez. Okay, so let's keep moving on. Let's see. Epstein, who is this? David Stern. I could not find who David Stern was. It's a pretty common name. I'm sure it's in the news. If you guys check it out, you'll be able to find it. I'm now going to Greece. As you can imagine, I will not return before Friday. Want me to come to...
Which means he went to Greece. It says from Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
It says, I'm now going to Greece, which means he visited the country during the time, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. God. I think that's the one big confirmation we have right there. That he indeed visited the country during the financial crisis, 2011, right? November of
2011, November 8th. Not a great time to visit Greece. Not the worst, but...
Not. Yeah. But, that was the period that he was most interested in. Financial years.
Look at this guy. This guy's so weird, too. Whoever this is that emailed him back, want me to come to Greece? Sounds interesting. If not, then in Paris after Friday. It's like, dude, how bad do you want to hang out with Epstein? Weirdos. Okay. Greece v. Lehman. Lehman, I assume, is regarding Lehman Brothers. Which they talk about the famous 2008.
Oh, yeah, this one is sent by a financial news correspondent, right? By New York Times.
Yeah, New York Times.
Yes. Yeah. Asking Epstein about his opinion off the record on the crisis again.
That's the thing, right? Again, it goes back like what you were saying earlier. It's like all types of people from all different professions are reaching out because they value this guy's analysis on multiple things, geopolitics, financial markets, yada, yada, yada. And this is a prime example. Look at this.
Which apparently comes in the form of, semi-coherent sentences. Yeah, no commas, no...
All the time with these emails, I have not come across one email normally written. Not one. I am trying to put together a story that asks whether a potential Greece default and contagion to the periphery, if it happens, has a Lehman-like effect on world financial systems, blah, blah, blah. Getting a little panicky. Do you feel that the broad thesis you outlined to me a year ago can overcome a Greek default or debt restructure? So, yeah, there you go. Mansavinatos.
It's interesting, man. Yeah.
You have... can you speak to us who Mansanimatos is? Mansavinatos, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, so it's Los Manzavinatos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he used to be, I mean, he's dead now. He died a few years ago, I believe. So he used to be a managed director at JP Morgan, at the private banking section. So he was a head of international, banks as well. And at the time, I believe he was in charge of a company that would oversee the restructuring, the bank restructuring aspect of, financial institutions in the midst of a crisis like the one in Greece.
Right.
So, but effectively, I mean, to put it simply, he was a Greek insider, right? Who obviously was a financial expert, had an insider view of the crisis, trying to explain it to Jeffrey
More
Epstein.
insider trading,
Yeah,
more insider. Yeah, they talk about the NPLs and non-performing loans, yada yada. So there's that. Ooh, do you want to go over the Epstein Little Black Book now? We may as well. We should probably knock it out.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we can have a look at the few names there.
So this is probably the creepiest. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Konstantinos?
No, just to look at a few names of Greek interest.
Yeah, so why don't you tell me the names to type in and I'll do a search for them. We can type on just Greece for starters and immediately will pop up Princess Olga and Prince Pavlos.
Pavlos, the son of the deceased, former king of Greece, Constantine.
Yeah. So Metaxas is rolling in his grave. Venizelos is laughing in his.
Pavlos would be the, quote-unquote prince. I mean, he's not a prince because, we have no royalty in Greece anymore, but,
right.
If there were, he would be, actually he would be king now because the former king is dead.
HRH, His Royal Highness?
Highness, I guess, yeah. They still use titles, even though,
Yeah. Ivorycapital.com. What about Niarchos, right?
So Niarchos, of the big ship owner family.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Stavros Niarchos, the famous Stavros Niarchos. We have the Stavros Niarchos Foundation in Athens, to those who might be familiar with that.
Yeah.
So big ship owner, philanthropist, perhaps in the same league with Onassis, more or less. Or
yeah.
Not exactly, maybe.
Yeah, within the same ballpark. Yeah, maybe not at the same level, but...
Legacy names of the Greek shipping industry.
Definitely.
So that's his son, Konstantinos Niarchos.
Right. And then, was it Livanos?
Livanos, yeah. So it's Arieti Livanos, so that's a member of the family. I believe she's been married with a guy from the Vardinogiannis family. Vardinogiannis, again, a very big family in Greece. They are also involved in, media, shipping, lots of business.
Right.
So she doesn't go by Livanos anymore. I think she goes by Arieta Vardinogianni. But perhaps that was prior to her marriage. That's why she's mentioned as Livanos.
This is from a while ago. This book is and just for the listeners, or the viewers, I should say, 2004, 2005. This has stuff. This has stuff from all around the world. Lisa Anastos, that looks like a Greek name actually. But it has stuff from all around the world. It has all types of weird stuff, like we go down here and you'll see it has massage parlors in France and Brazil and all countries all around the world. And if we go down here, Peter Soros, don't know if they're related to these Soros, but just because the name's in here doesn't necessarily mean there's any affiliation.
Yeah, of course.
For example, Dr. Elie Wiesel, who wrote the book Night, which is a great book about his journey from, I believe, Hungary to the concentration camps where his whole family was murdered, is in here. From what we know, he's had zero relation. This is the scariest part of this.
Well, the handwritten notes, they always are, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh, Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah. So apparently it's a list of all the emails they're using.
What was that?
It's a list of all the emails they're using, correct?
Jesus Christ, you're right.
Yeah,
Look at
Epstein had
that.
like 4 different email addresses there.
Good catch.
Mm.
JEE Project, a Yahoo project.
Oh, Zorro runs, yeah, that also features the files available.
That's right. The thing in New Mexico or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
There's even a weirder one. What is this? Some of these stuff. Former model and mother of the naked pic. Scout for young females right here.
Oh, he's a
Mr.
friend. He was convicted as well.
Bruni or whatever.
Yeah.
Mr. Barack Ehud, former PM of Israel, Secret Service personnel escorting. I mean, really. So yeah, there you go. You guys can say you saw the black book of a little black book. That's really it, honestly. Deutsche Bank Securities. More confidential stuff that Jeffrey Epstein had access to and made money off of.
Well, it's by the same advisor as you, right? Daniel Saba.
What's it? Yeah, you're right. And then they CC'd all these other guys on here, which to my understanding are also investment banking and stuff. It's kind of like just like the previous one. It's pretty much the pitch. It's a pitch on buying that options contract on the DAX and all that and the terms of it and whatnot. Really it, honestly. Here is this fella again. This might just be a follow-up. Yeah, it's pretty much the same one, honestly.
Yeah, that's when Epstein's asking, do you think Greece will leave the euro?
Leave the euro.
I think he later replies that, in my opinion, they will not leave the euro. And
yeah, I think it's in this one. Yes, you are correct. Here we go. And again, they always talk with these equal signs. I'm not sure exactly why.
I think that's a formatting mistake. Yeah, there's meant to be something there that in the formatting part it was omitted. So it's a technical.
Makes sense. Makes sense. They CC'd a sheikh on here, Sheikh Jabor bin Yusuf bin Jassim Al Thani.
I think he's a member of the Qatar royal family. Yeah, he was the one who introduced Manzavinatos to Epstein. Manzavinatos also did business with the Qataris, to my understanding.
Wow. So, yeah, just like you were saying, Konstantina, it's literally...
Yeah, no, that's also very interesting, where it says that, if Greece is still in your antenna, then probably this is the right time to design an enter strategy. Yeah.
Insider trading.
Yep.
Europe will solve Ukraine. It's red alert for you. Dear Jeffrey, it was nice talking to you over the phone, and our common friend Sheikh Jabor told me a lot of good things about you. Let's be in touch and explore several opportunities that are coming now in Greece and Central Eastern Europe. Here, Greek banks, they have huge exposure. My personal phone numbers are... thanking you in advance. Jesus. This is terrible people. So those are the core items. You want to go down the boats? You had brought this up. You made a post about this. On your the Polity 21.
Post on Instagram about that.
So pretty much what's this about? They were trying to buy some boats, correct?
So this is not directly relevant, I guess, to Greece. But, what caught my attention when I was looking for it is that apparently, Jeffrey Epstein was interested in buying the military boat.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that is used by special forces, for interdiction.
There's one... I'm so sorry to cut you off, but there's one file where it talks about that they're really good for smuggling. Let me find it for you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he mentioned that as well, yeah. So this is a boat made by a Croatian, defense company.
Mm-hmm.
It's used, by special forces for interdiction, the Coast Guard, policing, so forth. And, as it is mentioned in the emails and the communication between Jeffrey Epstein and the Croatian intermediary, this guy Zoran Kovac, this is not intended for sale to any civilian persons, right? This is only to be purchased and used by the military. But apparently they were going to make an exception for Epstein, because, he had his connections, he was a U.S. person, a U.S. citizen.
Huh.
And this
Wow.
whole back and forth over, several emails is, Epstein trying to find, more information about, what the boat is, how he can modify it, if he can put a windshield and whatnot.
Yeah, cockpit, enclosed cockpit.
And I guess the Greek element comes in Zoran Kovacs, his
Mm-hmm.
Croatian intermediary, warning him that there are some Greek army people, quote unquote.
Yeah, and quote unquote.
They want to buy the boat as well. So they should act very quickly to get the boat.
485K in euros.
Yeah.
Small money for these guys.
So I looked it up, and apparently, yes, indeed. The Greek Coast Guard was interested in buying the boat, the specific model they mentioned, the M46.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they opted, I think, for a different model. So they didn't buy that. There was no conflict of, Epstein trying to buy the boat and the Greeks trying to buy the boat. So the Greeks went for something else entirely.
They weren't
Epstein
competing.
didn't buy the boat either. That's interesting. The conclusion to this whole correspondence is, Epstein deciding that I'm not going to buy the boat. And that's about it. So it's very uneventful and anticlimactic, I guess, at the end.
It's still interesting, though. I think that was a really good find.
Yeah,
honestly.
but that goes to say the fact that, that he could have potentially, purchased a military vehicle before the the Greek Coast Guard would have been able
That's
to do
the kind of clout he had.
Yeah.
The pull. Go figure. This is just some file. The Hellenic Republic Asset Development Fund pretty much soliciting people for FDI, foreign direct investment into Greece, yada yada. So
well, this must have been sent as an attachment in the emails, right? In the files.
Yeah.
That's why it's included, I guess.
Yeah, it's just, a PowerPoint made by the Hellenic Republic Asset Development Fund that he got a hold of because he was looking into investing in Greece. Because again, like we said at the start of this podcast, it's a lot of investment stuff, Let's keep going down the line. We'll get all this stuff done and then we'll jump into these if you want. Or do you want to jump into these now or do you care?
Well, okay, yeah, we can.
Let's jump into the Scorpios because I don't know how much more time.
That was a big one.
Yeah, the Scorpios. So, Scorpios is an island. It used to belong to Onassis.
Yeah.
I think recently it was sold off to Russian billionaire Rublev or something along those lines.
Russian oligarch by the daughter of Onassis, I think. She sold it to the Russian.
Yeah, I think that Diana, I believe, sold it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they want to see Scorpios. This is Richard Steve Gerard guy. I looked him up. He appeared to be an artist, but I don't know if that's the same person, and who knows. I don't want to, steer you guys incorrectly and defame anyone. So, but yeah, Jeffrey's all okay for the visit. This is in November 2011. Blah, blah, blah. Tuesday's now booked. Can we see Scorpios next week, Tuesday through Friday? So they really want to see Scorpios. Let's see, is there anything beyond that? Not really there.
Yeah, we see Boris Nikolic who's again involved, right? Yeah,
that guy again, right?
Yeah. He seems to be like his go-to man for anything, relating to the Balkans or Southeastern Europe. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Who would have known?
Yeah. Croatia, now Greece. Yeah.
I couldn't tell by the name.
Yeah.
9th through 10th for Scorpios. So that's Scorpios. I mean, again, like you said earlier, really dodged a bullet with that. I mean, that would have been... But to be fair, I was going to say no offense to America, but big offense just seeing at the total lack of reaction and how very few people have been jailed. If this were to happen in Greece, they would burn, excuse my language, they'd probably burn the fucking country down. If this stuff,
I think so, yeah.
Just to think of what happened, I believe, was it 2014 when that one kid got shot and killed by police, Alexei Grigoriopoulos?
I think it was a bit earlier than that, yeah, 2000...
maybe 2004, am I thinking of? I forgot, maybe I'm off by a decade.
It was during the crisis, yeah, when he got shot.
2014-ish. But that kid, you know who I'm talking about. They burned, massive riots.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it forced the prime minister to resign, if at the end of it, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think it went.
No? Okay, that might be a bit stretch.
But
But I really do believe the Greeks would burn the country down if this
it's
kind of
still a
stuff.
big issue. There's still, annual protests commemorating his death. So
Yeah.
that's exactly a good indication of what would have happened if Epstein had actually an activity on Greek soil. Yeah, I mean that would be.
Yeah, and if the government was complicit in allowing it, and
Yeah.
I mean they would want blood. Let's put it that way.
Because honestly, I don't
that's
know
a fair
what
thing to say.
the regulatory, I guess the security background check they do when they sell an island, like a whole Greek island. Like how can you? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'd imagine they'd grease a lot of wheels
Yeah, of course.
in the process.
Name of the game.
Yeah. Standard. Here's another email, and me for you. Tom Barak. Here's Tom Barak.
Well, there we go.
Our man. I will. Complicated. I've been in a shitstorm and didn't want her exposed. Sorry. Understood. I'm always there for you. Good luck. And me for you. Oh.
Wow. Okay.
They love each other. Anyone who doesn't know, Tom Barak is the current U.S. ambassador to Turkey.
Yeah.
Who has appeared in these files many times. Actually, 541 times. So a lot. Let's see what this is. Here's another one with Tom Barak. Can you buy snacks for 1 p.m. today with Tom Barak? And if you get those little sandwiches, well, you get a prosciutto one. Snacks, sushi.
I mean, yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it's some of this stuff. It's just like they're boomers, and I guess boomers don't understand it's different the way that we use email. They were using email apparently for like everything.
Like a chat, yeah.
Yeah, just strange. Just weird. Here's like just another bullshit presentation by JP Morgan. I mean, these are pretty standard. What do you think of additional European aid for Greece? In the Aristophanes play, Lysistrata, the protagonist convinces all the women of Greece to withhold certain favors, sex. Say certain favors. Sex is the certain favor from their husbands in exchange for the men declaring an end to the Peloponnesian War. I've never actually read Lysistrata. I know that's the gist of it.
I'm aware of the plot, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very famous, very well known. So there's that. I mean, that's just pretty much that. Okay. This is our girl, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Not somehow, she's Kimberly Guilfoyle, and she's in that class of people. She got 2 seats for the premiere of Lone Survivor. Universal Pictures invites you and a guest to join Mark Wahlberg. All these other people at the premiere of Lone Survivor. Great movie. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, it's a nice movie. Yeah,
really nice movie, I will say.
Based on a true story, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Does Jeffrey need 2 seats though? Let me know ASAP so I can email the studio. Like what?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck, man! This pedophile guy is getting to premieres of Lone Survivor. Unbelievable.
Wasn't I think what's his name? The mother of the current mayor of New York.
Mamdani?
Mamdani, yeah. So his mother, I believe, is a director, right? Correct?
If you say so, I wasn't aware.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
That's interesting.
I think there's also a similar mention of your name in email where, again, Epstein was invited at the premiere of one of your movies.
Oh. Well, let's see. Maybe it's here.
Which, again, in itself, it doesn't mean anything. But
no, it doesn't. And that just goes to show how many different... Yeah, no, there's not in here. It just goes to show exactly like you were saying how many different names are on here that don't necessarily warrant a connection, Yeah. This is an email. I don't know who this person is. I'm not aware, but there was some big trip. They were looking to get to Mykonos.
Patmos, yeah.
Patmos is in here as well. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for to Patmos. And this is July 30th of 2012.
So Epstein was going to fly or, get a boat, helicopter from Turkey.
Is that where Dalman is?
Dalman, yeah, it's a Turkish city.
I was not aware.
Yeah, so it's going to go from Turkey to Mykonos, Patmos, island hopping.
Yeah, it appeared to be island hopping. There is, is it this one? Okay, there's that one. Let me see. Okay, so then let's move on to this one. This is an email to Jeffrey Epstein from David Harris. Oof. So, yeah, it's the American Jewish Committee. They are a not-profit, grassroots, Jewish American, like a lobby essentially, but they're grassroots and whatnot. I mean, I wouldn't put them in the same boat as AIPAC. I mean, generally speaking, they are, whether you agree with their policies or not, obviously, especially given the current events, a lot of people obviously do not. And I understand that, given everything that's going on in Gaza and the terrible, catastrophic situation. I mean, at this point, I think it's safe to call it a genocide, given the immense amount of suffering. But all that aside, they do a lot of great stuff. This is a great thing they did. This is posted on some wildly anti-Semitic Greek accounts.
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, just like you see people posting this and it's like, dude, we get it. You're anti-Semitic. We get it. Like, this is great. They were like, oh, AJC pressured the Greek parliament to like ban Golden Dawn. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. Fuck Golden Dawn.
Yeah, which,
like these guys are not,
for reference. Yeah, it was a neo-Nazi party and
neo-Nazi. These guys are literal Nazis. They're responsible for the death of the one Greek rapper, the Killer P guy, and for the death.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, Pavlos Fisas, yeah, that was...
Pavlos Fisas, and apparently for the death of an 8-year-old Pakistani boy in the middle of Sintama that was stabbed to death as well.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, they're implicated in a lot of pogroms and, violent attacks as well. I mean, some of them have not made the news as prominently as, the murder of, Pavlos Fisas, which was the one that I guess that...
right.
Yeah, earned this notoriety and, triggered the whole criminal case. And now they're banned, because they're considered to be a criminal organization rather than a legitimate political party, so they cannot run for parliament, obviously.
Yeah, so I mean, this is interesting, and I mean, I thought great props to AJC for doing this, and I know it wasn't like AJC that did it, but for putting pressure on them.
Well, basically, I mean, it should have been a no-brainer that you cannot have an party, I mean, by definition, to be able to run in any elections anywhere in the Western world, I guess, and beyond that.
Right, really. You'd think so.
But, I mean, there is no law, I guess, in Greece prohibiting any, extreme far-left or far-right ideology from having a platform. Yeah.
There are definitely pros and cons to that, you could say, when you contrast it to here in the States where we have two-party system. But, I mean, great thing that they got rid of Golden Dawn. Those guys are a bunch of freaks. And it just goes to show, like, people, like, will be like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, dude, when unemployment was 27%, which is catastrophic, they were only able to get 18 seats. It's not even like they were that popular ever, mind you. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they
still a lot, but you'd expect more with 27% unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it this way. When there was similar unemployment in Weimar Germany or whatever, Hitler got fully elected to office.
Yeah.
So, I mean, props to the Greek people as well for banning these guys. This was interesting, but this is going to be making the rounds on the wildly anti-Semitic Greek accounts. But hey, what can you do? Moving on. Let's move on to this one. Wait a sec. That one. Here we go. So to the left of that one, regarding the AJC. Oh no, this is about Dalman Mykonos. Okay, this one. I don't know who this person is. But to my understanding, they are helping Jeffrey open up a account at Morgan Stanley. They don't like Phil.
Oh.
Apparently. Whoever this Phil guy is, they don't like him. Do we need him to do what you tell him to do? Didn't you laugh about the virgin from Patmos?
I have no idea what that's exactly referenced to.
Yeah. Then they talk about this. The ex-wife of Italian Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Gianna Teresa di Santa Gata. Very elegant, speaks a few languages, lives in Rome, has one of the most beautiful apartments in a palace colonia. She is best friends with the rich Italian couple on my Turkish gulet. Do you know what gulet means in Turkish?
No idea.
She is too old, your age, but worth meeting and see who she knows in Rome. Again, it's all like a networking. It's all networking stuff, you know? Phil is an idiot and a liar. They hate Phil. Yeah, I mean, who knows what this stuff they're actually talking about.
So goulet apparently is the esophagus, the gullet.
Oh, interesting. That kind of actually makes sense. You know, I've emailed Phil a few times that Gary has no respect for the law, end quote, because he is an idiot. He is always needing money because he doesn't know how to earn much. Yeah, who knows what they're referring to?
Okay. No idea what's happening here.
This is a weird thing. Does your future wife have to be American? Will Turkish or Greek do asking the chief rabbi in Patmos Monastery for a virgin?
That's a crazy sentence right there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's no rabbi. Maybe this lady, because whoever this Peggy lady is, she's some kind of marketing person.
Yeah, but I mean, chief rabbi in Patmos. I mean, is there a chief rabbi in Patmos? I'm not aware yet.
No, there's no chief rabbi in Patmos. Maybe she's so stupid she got rabbi confused with like priest.
Probably, yeah. That's likely. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Still, these fucking weirdos. Excuse my language. Very strange people. But it's just about, hey, like, we'll get an account for you set up. Check from brother Gary to be deposited in your account today. Just like business stuff, opening accounts, that kind of thing. I don't think there's that much more to read into it. You want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, Boris Nikolic, our friend Boris again.
Strikes again.
And that's the funny thing about these files, too. There are instances of them, like, talking shit about other people, and it's kind of funny when you're, like, a third party looking in. Like, right here. Steve bullshitted me about the Greek island, the Paris house, and now the house in Tuscany. His stories change. I would never do business with him, ever.
Yeah, so this is Epstein saying that, right?
Yeah, it's from Epstein from Jeffrey to Boris, this Boris fellow. I don't know. Apparently, Steve really dropped the ball. Like,
well, thankfully, yeah, he didn't buy Scorpios.
Steve is like, I don't want anything to do with you guys. Here's another weird one. So this is from David Stern. I don't know who David Stern is. I think we ran into him earlier. This is in 2011 to Jeffrey Epstein. Go to the Greek island Lesbos. I've been to Lesbos a lot. Well, for an extended amount of time. That's where hungry pea eating pea is. Oh.
Yeah, this one is suspicious.
Yeah. That's a good word to put. That's a good way to put it, suspicious.
Yeah. So yeah, David Stern, I checked him up right now. He's a German businessman, financier, who apparently served as a high-level aide to Prince Andrew. Right? Who also, features very prominently to the files.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was a private advisor who acted as a key link between the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, and Epstein. So there you go.
Jeez. Well, thank you for that. That's a great in you gave us, because I had no clue. Mm-hmm. I think we've already gone over this one with Tom Barak. I will complicate a bit in shitstorm. Yeah, this one's already been covered before. Let's look at this fellow.
A far-flung Greek island. Yeah, that could be many Greek islands.
Folegandros.
No telephone.
Sifnos.
Well, I don't know about no telephone. I mean, we got
2010. I know. Back then, though, 2010.
Sorry?
Back then in 2010.
Okay, yeah, maybe less so back then.
Perhaps. Now even every Choreo has Wi-Fi these days, but 2010,
I mean, I'm
perhaps a
guessing
bit
it's
different.
somewhere in the Eastern Aegean, close to the Turkish
Right.
border, maybe. Where even
This is
nowadays, I
weird.
mean, it's easier to get Turkish connectivity rather than Greek.
Oh yeah, I get
Oh,
the
yeah.
signals in the text messages. Welcome to Turkey all the time when
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's
when you're on the border. Come
different
on,
correspondence.
Lebanon is a growing market. Yeah. This is weird as well.
Yeah.
Lebanese Bank's evening reception, October 9th in D.C. We could pick out the one we want.
Yeah, one of them is cute.
Yeah, these fucking weirdos, dude. This is very. I feel gross. I'm gonna shower after this, honestly.
Yeah, just even like reading them, yeah, let alone
Ugh.
having knowledge of
Jeffrey
them.
Epstein. What was that?
No, I mean it's good. Obviously, we have knowledge of that, but I mean at the same time, being exposed to so much debauchery and in one go, I mean it has an effect on you certainly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Imagine being one of the people that have to redact these files.
Well, yeah.
Could not pay me enough. So this is an email about I don't know, Istanbul, Göcek, Simi, Patmos vacation. The importance is normal, just so you guys know. Anyway, I hope you're smart reading this. Isaac, Sarah, Shirin, Frederick, Brooke, and Susan. This is kind of funny. So this is about this lady's like trip to Greece.
Mhm.
She sounds like one of those people that would be really annoyed going to Greece because of the amount of walking that's required. You know what I mean? One of those people that complain, the place has no Wi-Fi. So, yeah, she went, I used Sophia, she says, to the bazaar like a homing pigeon to shop while waiting for Calliope and Michael to arrive.
Calliope,
Of course, every vendor...
by the way, yeah, right.
What was that?
Calliope, probably a Greek person, I assume. Greek
Yeah.
name. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Are they on here? I don't see them anywhere.
No,
email.
Calliope Carella. Yeah. Go back.
Up here. Oh, you're right.
Carella, Calliope.
Look at that. Good
Who's
find. You know what? You could probably do this. That. Nedic. Brooke Nedic. Creative director, owner of Sydney Garber, bunch of fine jewelry. I don't know. These people have much too much money if they're doing this kind of stuff. Tax these people so they do not go on pedophile trips in the on the Turkish coast. So yeah, as you guys can see, of course, every vendor with the best Hermes and Celine knockoffs was Jewish and gave me the inside Jewish rip-off price. Avoided Chanel as not to upset Michael. Okay, one is for you, Calliope. Last Saturday, Calliope, Michael, their boys, and I flew on Saturday to Dalaman, drove to Göcek, and boarded the gorgeous 100-foot Turkish wooden sailboat, the Gulet Nurten, which, as you know, was arranged by Isaac. We were joined by Enrica and Fabrizio Rengi and their twins. So yes, I was on a boat with 4 screaming kids. I whipped into shape in the day by yelling at them to stop yelling and buying them toys in every port. For a week, we cruised this...
Yeah.
What was that?
Southern Mediterranean coast.
Yeah. To the Greek island of Simi.
Mhm.
Talked about going to Bodrum. I've been to Bodrum, but the captain said it was too far. For a week, Calliope chartered a course because the captain and crew did not speak English or any language other than Turkish. And did not give a shit where we went.
They were not overjoyed talking to a woman. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just you, lady. I can assure it. At Dalian Kanos, we did see a few tombs carved, I don't know, into the cliffs, climbed up a mountain. We went to Marmaris for an evening's walk about in a cheap mall with a barrel tin roof. That was like vacationing in a subway and our only depressing experience. We kept tormenting Michael by pointing out Chanel handbags. We swam in every bay in warm, crystal clear water. The kids had Fox Olympic diving contests off the boat, which I judged. We explored some ruins, blah, blah, blah. No Americans. I want to get
This
to
is
this
exhausting.
part.
This is like a diary entry, like
I know, exactly. It really is. It's like, it's about her entire trip. Saturday, August 4th, Calliope family flew to Istanbul for a few days of sightseeing and on to Mykonos. This is a funny part. I took a twin engine to Kos and then was met by a 65-year-old, nice-looking Greek driving a Mercedes who runs his own tourist company. He handed me a guidebook, told me to read it, and drove me around town, past the ruins, talking about his brilliant daughter, the med student, and his son, the lazy one. I was asking the tourist guides, why me? Do I need to know about his kids? He then told me how great it was and to please come back to Kos to see him again. He was divorced from the Dutch wife who lives in Holland. Sounds about right for a Greek taxi driver.
The tourist gods, though, yeah.
Yeah. Met in Patmos by the gregarious Olga and George.
Mm-hmm.
You think this is our Olga and George, Konstantina?
You mean
Princess
Olga and George?
I don't know who the George is.
Yeah, who would be George? I don't know. No idea. No, I mean,
yeah,
I can't tell.
Right. Or wait a sec. Maybe it's... No, it wouldn't be on the email here. At the dock, host Votis immediately went out to George. Yeah, I knew she would complain about the steps in Greece. The steps are a killer the first day and a pounding heart and headache getting into the houses. She fit that profile of people that complain about talking in Greece or walking in Greece. Anyways, I don't know. Do you want to keep going on about this?
I mean, there's no end to it, is there? Oh, wait. Today we had the red grooms and the Greek foreign diplomat.
Oh, wow.
George's beautiful Greek wooden sailboat that is used for lunches, not sailing.
Not sailing.
If you have a sailboat just for lunches, I don't know about that.
Who are these people? Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight we went to dinner in the dark, given by an Italian aristocrat who doesn't believe in electricity. Okay. This sounds like something out of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, doesn't believe in electricity. That sounds like Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Or Danny DeVito or something. Primitive stone house right on the sea must have been divine, but who could see it? I was the only American, forget the only Jew with a flashlight to kill the mood and see the food. The Ristos racing. That is a good point. I would need a flashlight to eat my food as well. Oh my God. Olga and George. There's Olga and Georgia then. Mm-hmm. Again. Big dinner 30.
Which will have electricity.
What was that?
Well, it says, which will have electricity, great food, and smart crowd.
Right.
It's the necessary ingredients for a great dinner. Right there.
That's true for sure. Fred Eisman is expected from Bodrum on a 200-foot chartered yacht with a, quote, date. Not Svetlana, his daughter, and Richard Avedon's sons, John. Going to premiere at East Hampton Theater here in Curb. Isaac, you are a gentleman scholar in Turkey's greatest asset to share all your knowledge and friendship to educate us about your amazing, beautiful country. All right. You guys can vacation next time in Turkey then. Don't come back to Greece if Turkey's so nice. You and your pedophile friends. Oh, man.
The sun is consistently hot. I could be having a better time. I change my outfit 3 times a day to amuse myself and the locals. Oh, yeah.
What a life, Konstantina. Here we are with one outfit a day.
What are we doing?
Maybe one outfit every 2 or 3 days sometimes. These people, multiple outfits, 3 times a day. What are we doing with their lives, bro? So there's that. Let's see this last one. This is Tom Barak.
Heavily redacted, though.
Yeah, there's not really much to it. This is it. So this one's pretty much...
Ehud
Barak. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Tom Barak and Ehud Barak. Oh, look at that. Interesting. And then the last one is... This is the last file. We already did Scorpios. The Patmos one, actually, isn't there. So this is this Peggy lady. She was like a marketer. She had some kind of media group in New York. Peggy Siegel. They were using a tourism company called Miltos with this guy Miltos Mouzakis. It's just about their trip. It's really it. Like, hey, the credit card's this. We want to pay for the trip. Like, that's it.
Apparently, he's still active, by the way. Miltos
Oh,
Mousakis.
really? Magna Aviation?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, it still shows up on LinkedIn, Instagram.
Dude, a lot of these people are on LinkedIn. You can find a lot of these people on LinkedIn.
There's even an article. It's like some kind of advertisement on Protothema, the Greek newspaper and website, dated September 2019, about luxury aviation and
really?
tourism. Yeah. And he mentions him by name. Yeah, Miltos Mousakis of Magna Aviation, the king of the skies, whatnot.
Do you think this is going to hurt his brand?
I don't think so. No, honestly, yeah. I mean, the kind of people he does business with, I don't know. Yeah.
I guess that's a valid point, actually.
Yeah.
We're not doing business with him. Let's put it that way. When we go,
well, yeah,
I'm flying Ryanair or no, not Ryanair. What's the other one? The Sky with the pink.
Sky Express.
Sky Express. They're pretty good.
That's a Greek company. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like Sky Express and Olympic.
We approve. Yeah, we can get it.
Yeah. Thank you. Here we go. This is Jeffrey Epstein to I Don't Know, redacted, Patmos, August 4th. I'm not mad at you at all. You are great and a good friend. I do not take helicopters, he's saying, in that part of the world. Never, ever. So, this is, again, don't know who it's to, but...
The last one is to Epstein, but we cannot see the sender. The sender is
right.
Yeah.
I think it's that Peggy lady, but it's. I think it has to do with that one lady who we read about her trip, the book she wrote about her trip and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Peggy lady. It's a Peggy lady again. Peggy Siegel. Cannot, under no circumstances, can you fly helicopters in that part of the world.
Why?
So Jeffrey's telling her not.
Yeah, not to fly helicopter in the Aegean, in Greece, Turkey. What's the?
Maybe Turkey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fly helicopters here in the States, personally. I mean, look at Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You know, those things go down all the time. Yeah, so again, it's just about... I saw the word dolphin somewhere. Oh, yeah, morning flying dolphin. They're going to take a dolphin.
I think you know what he means by dolphin. Here in Greece, dolphin...
I know.
Yeah.
I know what they mean, but...
Boats, yeah.
But to my experiences with being in dolphins is that all you hear the entire time is people throwing up the entire time.
Oh, yeah. That's happens a lot, I guess. Yeah.
I took a dolphin from Santorini to Piraeus or something like that.
Really?
It was bad.
Never been one of those, yeah. No, I never tried them.
They're very, like, because they're going so fast, it's like, it can be like that sometimes, and when it is, a lot of people throw up, and there's throw up.
Yeah, there is one big company in Piraeus, which has most of them. Yeah.
I mean, there are people throwing up on top of people throwing up on each other. It's bad. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating. I am a little bit, but there is a lot of. It can be really bad.
I guess.
Yeah, it's really bad. But anyways, this is again just them like organizing their trip. Trip duration, blah blah blah. Kindly review earliest provision. Speedboat. Turkey to Patmos. 2 big bags.
The cheapest aircraft, yeah.
You know, that is a porous border. Can be a porous border. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. The sea border, yeah. The area, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all across the East Aegean, to be frank.
Yeah, it really is. Here's this Olga Yerulanos Votis. She's come up in previous ones as well. Again, just the trip to Patmos and all that.
Yeah, so she was associated with an NGO at the time, correct?
Yes, an NGO that was like for helping children.
Yeah, that's the creepy part about it, right? I mean, an NGO representative from an organization about abused children and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it was called Elisa or something. There was that Protothema article on it.
Yeah, those.
And this is again a similar take on it. It's just about, again, I think this one we've actually gone over already. So yeah, I mean that's it on my end. I don't know. Do you have any other ones you want to go over?
I mean, I think we covered most of them, honestly. I mean, from the financial crisis to the casual island hopping and holidays in the Aegean. They're quite diverse for sure. I mean, there is
Yeah,
divergence.
they're quite diverse for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, in the ones relating to the financial crisis, right? All this predatory, I guess, pursuit of profit, right, from a national catastrophe that was for Greece at the time, and still is. I mean, there's still reverberations. There's still, there a ripple effect from those years, still to this day.
True.
And I guess the
True,
real
true,
question
true.
is, how much did he actually make from the crisis?
That's a great question.
I guess we'll never
That's a
know.
great question.
Yeah.
If he would have bought that call option, I think he would have made a lot of money.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I don't know enough, and I'm not the guy to ask. And I don't work for Deutsche Bank,
Yeah.
nor J.P. Morgan, nor any of those big banker guys. So, I mean, it's strange. I hope these people are held accountable. I'm not holding my breath, at least not here in the States.
Mhm.
At least not here in the States.
Well, if not in the States, then where? I mean, I mean,
In Europe, they're arresting a lot of people in Poland and France
yeah, yeah, in
and
Eastern
from
Europe, yeah, there have been some probes, I guess, in the UK as well, regarding to Mandelson. To
yeah.
what degree his emails, accounted for insider trading, yeah, releasing
But
confidential information. But yeah, honestly, no idea where it's going to lead. If it's going to lead
yeah, I
anywhere.
know.
So,
That's the big question. If it'll even lead anywhere, there's a good chance it won't.
well, CBS,
Especially here in the
this,
States.
I mean, I was reading an article from CBS, like analyzing the video feed from the night Epstein, allegedly killed himself.
Uh-huh.
And they have frozen this frame where they see a person dressed in an orange jumpsuit, like entering his wing, the prison wing where Epstein was, incarcerated.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh.
so
Oh,
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, I don't know if that amounts to anything, but yeah, I mean, I can find the article. Yeah, it's a legit article. It's not like any
I
conspiratorial.
wouldn't put it past him. He very well still could be alive. Who are we to?
Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah,
I mean, maybe they got some poor schmuck and switch the bodies.
yeah. I mean, who knows? But did you see this other one when they were saying that they found one of his what's a video game that kids play?
Oh yeah, they saw his account that his
So it's
account was active
yeah,
after his
in Israel.
suicide date
Actually, like,
out of Israel or something like ridiculous like that. I mean, to me, obviously, it sounds really kind of batshit, but
yeah, it does. Yeah.
all this stuff seems ridiculous, and as every day passes, I am seeing more and more absolutely ghoulishly evil things in these files, like terrible. Like I won't even I can't say them here. Like I don't want to just because they're I don't know. I'd probably get shadow banned on YouTube because they're so bad or something. And you guys are seeing it as well. So I don't, at this point, just don't want to put anything past anything. I don't think you can. Anything is. I don't want to say anything's possible, but a lot of things are possible. The fish rots from the head.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, Jesus Christ, the president is the head of the fish, and he is very rotten. So, yeah. On that note, I think we're pretty good. It's getting late over there, and you got to get to bed, and I got to go cook dinner and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Well, thank you so much for going through all that with me. I know it's kind of boring and tedious and whatnot, but it was a good look. We gave it our best, and we'll see what comes out in the following days, weeks, and months.
Yep.
With the Epstein Files.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation once again.
Yeah, definitely. Take care.
Yep.